Hi, it's Todd. Yep. I'm still in Thailand, and I'm going to be leaving in about 2 more days. But I decided to do kind of a, I don't know, wrap-up video or summary. I don't know what you want to call it. About where I would like to live if I was going to stay in Asia for long term. You know, either Thailand, the Philippines, or Vietnam. Which one would I prefer? You know, some would say I'm in Thailand, so Thailand would be my first choice. But it's not. Thailand is my third choice. This is my last choice. And I'll explain all the reasons why. Now, as you're watching this video, I'm probably going to show images of places where I've been. You know, the Philippines, Thailand, and Vietnam. And I put captions to let you know which part of the country or which country it is. All right. So let me start with my second choice, which is Vietnam. So you know my first choice is gonna be the Philippines. Okay. Now Vietnam would be my first choice, but there was just one issue, and that was the beaches. The beaches are nice. Beaches are gorgeous, but they don't have the crystal clear water as Thailand or the Philippines does. A car. Okay. But other than that, it had all the conveniences of Thailand, and you get a little bit more for your money in Vietnam than you do any other place. Now, I have to admit I didn't explore all of Vietnam to know if they. I know they do have a lot of beaches with crystal clear waters, but it's not as convenient as the Philippines or as Thailand. And so I cannot really guarantee that it would not have moved up to my first choice. But other than that, it has everything. You know, all of the countries have major malls, big malls. They're all pretty much built the same. Good infrastructure, except for the Philippines. Vietnam and Thailand are the same when it comes to conveniences, major malls, and that sort of thing. And the costs in all the countries are pretty much the same. No matter where you are in the Philippines, Thailand, or Vietnam, the costs are pretty much going to be the same. But except for in Vietnam, if you're in one of the coastal towns like Nha Trang, where the beaches are, or Da Nang, you get more for your money. Let me put up an image of the apartment I stayed at in Nha Trang. This apartment is only about a half a block from the beach. And it's a one bedroom, and it was a nice one bedroom with a big balcony, as you'll be able to see. And it was only $12 a night, and that includes the utilities and everything else. And it was a great apartment. I really enjoyed that apartment. Now you can get, if I stayed, I say about a block away from the beach, I got something just as nice, but even cheaper. So you get a lot for your money in Vietnam, depending on where you're living at. Now, I didn't really look at apartments in Ho Chi Minh City or Hanoi, but Ho Chi Minh City has a lot of nice things to do. They have the riverfront. They have a lot of, what they're called, rooftop bars. And the best time to visit Ho Chi Minh City or Vietnam is during the month of October through February. That's when it's cooler outside, and that's when you start seeing a lot of people out and about. During the hotter months, May, June, July, not too many people. And then the monsoon season happens in June, and sometimes I just found out it lasts all the way over to September, and that's when it rains a lot. And that's in all over Asia. But Vietnam, it's only my second choice, only because of the beaches, only because you do not have crystal clear water. But like I said, I haven't visited every place in Vietnam to be able to tell you for sure that it wouldn't have moved up to my first choice, because I know they do have it, but it's not as conveniently located as they are in Thailand, or definitely not as conveniently located as they are in the Philippines. Now, Vietnam is one of those areas or one of those countries where if you're there for a couple of weeks and they get to know you, everyone becomes very, very friendly. Even the police are considerate and very helpful. Now, Vietnam does not have a lot of bars or anything like that, but they do have a lot of coffee shops. And going to a coffee shop, it costs more than going to a bar because, you know, a little cup of coffee is like $5 in a bar. A beer is only like $1 or $1. But I enjoyed Vietnam a lot more than what I thought I would. Now, when it comes to Vietnam and the conveniences, you know, you get laundry done in Vietnam for about $8 for a week worth of laundry. I gotta wait till this guy goes by. They wash it, dry it, and fold it, and bring it back for $8. And they will also pick it up at your Airbnb or your hotel and bring it back the next day for about $8. Now, if you want to iron, that'll cost you extra $4. So wash, dry, fold, and iron is about $4. It's about $12, and that's pretty much the standard price in all of Asia, whether you're in Thailand, the Philippines, or Vietnam. And like I said, Vietnam has all the conveniences of Thailand right at your doorstep. Now, Thailand is my third choice only because of the air pollution. And it's okay, you know, but it's very easy to move to Thailand. I mean, out of all the countries, Thailand is about the easiest one to immigrate to. I mean, you fly into Bangkok Airport. Right downstairs at the ground level is the bus. Take you straight to Pattaya. Only costs $5 one way, and it's a 2-hour drive or 2-hour ride. And Pattaya is a nice city to live in. I mean, when I was there in my Airbnb, everything was right at my front doorstep. The dentist, the pharmacy, 7-Eleven, grocery store, laundry services, restaurants, all within like a half a block of each other, right at my doorstep in a Pattaya. In Phuket, everything would be within a 10 to 20 minute drive. But in Pattaya, everything is at your doorstep. It's just really convenient. Very easy to move to. And I would have stayed if it wasn't for the pollution. You know, I know I keep talking about the pollution, and the pollution is bad here in Asia. You know, in the United States, people die of carbon monoxide poisoning because of suicide. In Asia, it's not uncommon for people to die of early death or at a younger age because of all the carbon monoxide that's in the atmosphere. So if you come to Asia and you have problems with breathing or asthma or something like that, Asia is not for you. You're not going to be able to take it. Because even if you get past the carbon monoxide, they burn shit. Every country burns stuff. They burn their trash and a whole bunch of other stuff. And they make smoke. And I found out the hard way that the more it rains, the more they burn. And that's in every country. And they do that because the rain keeps the ember from starting fires in other areas. So whether it's raining a little bit or it's pouring down rain, they're going to be burning some stuff somewhere. And that is really going to really mess you up if you have any type of breathing problems or respiratory issues. And I think that's what caused my heart attack. But anyway, I'll get into that a little bit later. So like I said, Vietnam is a great place, great coastal cities, great big ass malls. But only because they have crystal clear water. It's the only reason why I wouldn't stay there. And I know that, but I'm gonna have to mention something about the women, because I know that some of my subscribers would like to hear about that. You cannot compare Vietnam, the Philippines, or Thailand when it comes to the women. They are completely different animals. Completely different. Vietnam is more traditional. It's easy to find a wife there, easy to find a woman who's going to be very into marriage and family that you don't have to worry about. Where in Thailand, you got to build them. But Vietnam, it's like throwing a rock in the ocean. You can't go wrong. All right? Now, if I was going to stay in Vietnam, which city would I stay in? Ho Chi Minh City was a very nice city, a lot of things to do. But for some reason, I feel more comfortable in Hanoi. Hanoi wasn't as big as Ho Chi Minh. but but after I left, it felt more homey. I mean, no place really in Asia felt like home, but Hanoi felt more relaxed for me. Even though there was not as much to do in Hanoi as there was in Ho Chi Minh or Nha Trang, it just felt more, and no one spoke any English, but it just felt nicer overall. So now let's get to Thailand. Thailand is great, like I was saying, that you go to Pattaya, everything's at your front doorstep. You go to Phuket. It can be sort of the same way with a 10 to 20 minute drive. Bangkok is a great city. The only reason why I want to pick Bangkok is because you don't have any beaches. But other than that, Bangkok is really great. I mean, you hop on the L or the commuter train, and it'll take you anywhere in Bangkok within 20 minutes. And it's very cheap and it's very, very, very affordable and very convenient. And if you're in Bangkok, like I keep saying, if you take a Grab somewhere, it's gonna be pretty cheap. Always take the toll road. If not, like I was saying, to go to the same distance might take you an hour. You hit the toll road, you get there in about 15 to 20 minutes. And I always give the driver, like I said, about 100 baht so he can pay for the tolls. 100 baht is only about $3. And I always let him keep the change and I always give him a tip. Because sometimes you have to drive back to the local area, and it's a lot easier for him to go through the toll road. Like I said, the toll is only about 100 baht, only about $3. Sometimes the toll might be anywhere between 10 to 70 baht, and just let them keep the change. And Bangkok is a great city, a lot of restaurants, probably a lot of things to do, a lot of great restaurants, not just good. Where with the other cities, like Phuket, it's not all that great. Pattaya had better Western style food, and I gotta admit, Thailand does have a lot of conveniences, compared to all the other cities, all the other countries. But it just doesn't feel like home. And after being here for a while, all over Thailand, Hue Han, Bangkok, Phuket, and Pattaya, it's not as great as what I thought it would be. Everybody speaks so great about Thailand, and I tried it out and I tested it out all over the place, but it's not as wonderful or as great or as amazing as people say it is. But you can't beat it for the conveniences. The women in Thailand, you gotta vet them. I mean, I talked to some of the local guys, and one of them said that some girls can. I mean, some of the local Thai guys, not local foreigners guys. He's having problems with his girlfriend, cheating on him or looking at other dudes and all that other bunch of stuff. And then, I talked to other guys, and they have no problems with the girlfriends. So Thailand, when it comes to the women, seems to be like more Western style. You got to vet them, you got to see what they're like. You can't just automatically trust them right off the bat. Except for maybe the Muslim ones. The Muslims, girls, they seem very down to earth, but they're gonna be a little bit more on the heavier side. But like I said, with Vietnam, it's different. Pretty much all those girls are gonna be A-okay, but not in Thailand. So if I were gonna stay in Thailand, where would I be? If it didn't have no pollution whatsoever, I'd be in Pattaya. Pattaya is the easiest place to live, the most conveniences, the beaches is right there. You can go, a little bit of island hopping. Phuket is nice. Phuket is a great area, but like I said, it has become kind of expensive. And if I'm going to stay in Phuket, I'll stay in more the central to southern part of Phuket, from Patong Beach all the way down to the southern part, like Katia or Chrome Beach. If not, I'll stay in Bangkok. And Bangkok is not that expensive. Let me try to show up my Airbnb that was in Bangkok. If I can find it, I'll put up a picture. And this is a a little studio. It was in Bangkok, and it was a nice Airbnb. And so far, all the Airbnbs I stayed at in Bangkok was about this size, and all was nice, and all had balconies. And this was like $400 a month. It was like $15 a night, which was the same price I paid in Phuket. Now, so that comes to my number one choice, and that's the Philippines. And the reason why the Philippines is so nice is because no matter what island you're on, driving through the Philippines is very nice. When you do a coastal drive or driving through the countryside or the rural areas, it's a nice drive. And I want to say one thing. Okay, some guy's coming out with his motorcycle. I want to wait till he leaves, if he can get out. No matter what you do, it's a nice drive. And if you're going to get a scooter, get a bigger scooter. The bigger scooter you get, the more comfortable the ride is going to be. The smaller scooters, you know, the gas mileage is great on the smaller scooters. The gas can last you almost all day long if you drive it continuously. The bigger scooters, about half a day. But the bigger scooters are a lot more comfortable to drive, you know. So the great thing about the Philippines is that no matter where you go, driving through the coast, on a coastal drive, you stop, you know, you turn your scooter towards the ocean, you can always find a nice beach with crystal clear waters, you know, and sometimes hardly anyone on the beach. But like I said, the problem is that unless you're in a city or a town, there is no really accommodations. And you got a lot of street food vendors, and I can't do the street food. That's the problem with driving through the coastal or the rural areas of the Philippines. Okay. Now, cities like Cebu, whatever, they do a lot of burning their trash or everything else. Even though it's a big city, that trash was getting to me. And Cebu and bigger cities can be really nice to live in. I mean, if it wasn't for the pollution, I may have had a hard time choosing between a major city and being out in the coastal areas or one of the islands in the Philippines. Because Cebu had the major mall, and there's a lot of good areas to live within Cebu. And also like good areas to live within Manila, I was told. So the cities in the Philippines can be a very nice place to live with a lot of conveniences. But the pollution is just too much for me. They burn everything in the Philippines all the time. Whether in the big cities or in the rural areas, you just burn. So that's the reason why I would pick the Philippines over any place else, because of the crystal clear waters. No matter where you drive, you can always have a nice beach and somewhere nice. You know, you go swimming and relax. And if I come back to Asia, I'm gonna wait till another car ride past. I'm gonna have to check out the Philippines a lot more in depth. I wish I checked it out as much as I did, you know, Thailand. But I decided to do Thailand, and before I got my heart attack and got sick, I was thinking about going back to the Philippines and really checking it out. But I know during the months I do not want to ever come back to Asia is between June, July, August, and September. But those are the rainy season months. And then when it rains, they burn a lot of stuff. And that in every country, whether the Philippines, Thailand, or Vietnam, that's when they burn stuff all over the place. So if I ever do come back to Asia, it won't be during those months. Not because of the rain, but because when it rains, it just burns everything. So that's about it. Now I'm going to be in Chicago in another couple of days, back in the States, And I hope you guys will start subscribing. I need subscribers. Because I want to buy a boat. I can't make any money off of YouTube without subscribers. I need subscribers. I want to buy a boat so I can sell all over the damn place. Because I figured after coming to Asia, the best environment for me, for my health, is to be on a boat. Alright? So subscribe so I can make some money off of YouTube so I can buy my boat. Alright? I know what you guys are thinking. That guy's delusional. Am I delusional? Or am I just hopeful? I mean, what is the real difference between being delusional and being hopeful? Okay, adios.